Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 63 of X to Interact. I'm Steven, here with Sam and Eric, and we're going to talk about frustrating video game missions today.
Welcome to X to Interact.
X to Interact.
X to Interact.
But before that, let's get into some cross-play. I know, let's see. Let's probably start with Eric, because I haven't heard from you in a second.
Yeah, I kind of dropped out ever since this became a Mistborn podcast, you know what I mean?
Fair enough, dude.
No, I was on vacation, so I'm back. There we go. Hello. But, hello there.
Hello there.
But, what I've been playing, so... Have I talked about Dragon's Dogma last time? I haven't really gotten much farther into it. Played it a little bit on my way to my vacation, so there's that. But the main thing I've been playing is Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hope. And yes, I picked it up over my vacation. I'm believe 25 hours in. And let me tell you, as someone who didn't really enjoy Age of Calamity that much, I'm enjoying this one a lot more. These more recent Warriors games, they've been implementing mechanics and features from the game they're taking it from. So Persona 5 Strikers takes a lot from Persona. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity did take some stuff from Breath of the Wild, but I still didn't really enjoy it that much. But Three Hopes takes a whole bunch from from Three Houses. I'm gonna get mixed up at some point. Just watch. They still have all the customization you can do with everyone. You can teach everyone any class you want them to be. Of course, some of them have their own preferred classes, but I'm making some crazy combinations. There's this one character called Lysithea who's a little girl mage, right? And she usually prefers magic, but you can make her a fucking swordsman, and she it fucking destroys everyone. So I'm yeah, I'm gonna make you the swordsman.
Nice.
Just cause. Yeah, they have that. They have the supports where if you can hang out with the characters, or if you battle with them alongside them, you get support points, and then you unlock the support conversations, and they're all pretty good. Three Hopes, it's another alternate storyline for Three Houses. If you play Three Houses, you choose one of the three classes to join in, and then your story's based off that for the rest of the playthrough. Same thing here, you pick one of the three houses, and you go through them, but it's an alternate storyline where instead of playing Byleth, who was basically the mercenary teacher in Three Houses, you're playing as this guy called Shez, who's another mercenary who, in the first mission, you face Byleth and his mercenaries, and he basically wipes out your entire team. And then the story basically alternates from there, because now Byleth doesn't meet the kids. Instead, you meet the kids, and so it's a really interesting, different storyline. And seeing how it all plays out is definitely interesting, because one of the characters, a lot of people in Three Houses, they relied on Byleth so much being their teacher, and him not being there to basically teach them is pretty interesting this time around, where you're basically an equal to them now. You're a mercenary who works for whatever class you pick, basically.
So it's having the alternate storyline, is that keeping you more engaged, do you think, than
So I've picked the what are the classes called again? The Black Eagles route again this time, because I played them first on Three Houses, and so far it just seems to be I don't want to see a retreading, because it's not the exact same story, but it is if you play Three Houses, Edelgar basically starts the war against the church and the rest of the country, and you're basically a mercenary working for her, and so that's basically her motivation still. But it is interesting to see how it is, because in Three Houses, she's basically obsessed with your character. She's basically obsessed with your teacher, and just seeing how she reacts to him not being there is interesting. I have heard some stuff about the Golden Deer route, where that storyline is really different. Claude acts like a whole different character, so I'm interested to see once I get over to there. But gameplay wise, I mean, it's a Warriors game. What do you expect? You hacking and slashing through many hordes of enemies.
Yeah. I mean, that game can be satisfying, the Musou games.
Yeah.
As long as you're not getting too much of them.
Yeah, there are like the fire elements in there where like you have the weapon triangle where it's I might get this wrong, but I believe it's like swords beats lances, lances beat axes, and axes beats swords. I might have that wrong, but that plays into the combat in the game when you press the pause button in like when you're in a battle, it like brings up like the grid like map like it is in Fire Emblem, and you
Mhm.
can like direct your units to do specific like commands, like oh go capture this outpost or like go oh defend this person over here, and so like still there's still like a little bit of strategy in there for like the Fire Emblem, but it's really not that big of a deal because you can just like brute force it, to be honest, because it is a Warriors game. It's more real time instead of turn based, you know.
Yeah.
So there's all of that. You still have like the it's not called the monastery section anymore, where you like basically like you have like free time in between each battles. You can like you can train people or you can like cook with them or do chores, and that'll bring up your support points and stuff like that. You can upgrade like the facilities around the bases, so that unlocks the abilities like if you upgrade the training facility, you can train more people at once. You can unlock the high level classes. You can pay to level up, but it'll be cheaper as you go. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's like a lot of mechanics going on around here. I have heard there is a new game plus feature, and I might try that out because in between you have like chapters basically for each main battle, and like in between those you can do side battles, and like I would say it does get like a little bit repetitive if you're trying to do all the side battles because that's how you get like the resources to upgrade your facilities around the base. So there's that. If I go new game plus, I might just skip a lot of those and just go straight to the main mission because it does get a little tedious. And like I'm like on chapter 11 so far, and I heard there's like 15, 17 chapters. I don't know exactly the number, and so it does get a lot. But I am interested to see like how the Black Eagles ones ends and how the other two, the Golden Deer and the Blue Lions routes, how they go so far.
I don't know. I'm always the person that like tries to get into Fire Emblem games, and I never can. I don't know. Like I'll play like a couple hours of them, and then I just kind of. It's always the battle system that kind of rubs me the wrong way. I'm just not super into that whole tactical kind of style that they have going on.
Mm.
I've always heard the stories are really great, but like I don't know.
Yeah, Three Houses has a great story. Like you get a different story for each route you go through, and that game is definitely long. I played through three routes, and I haven't played. There is a fourth route in that game. I haven't played it through it yet, but I might eventually. This is giving me the itch to go back and like finish that final one.
I've seen that,
And like
right? Like
yeah,
there's been a couple articles popping up like uh this has made me want to play is it Three Houses, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like Three Houses is like the game I put the most hours into on my Switch so far. Like it's the top of my list. I put like over 200 hours in that game, just going through the three routes, the DLC, and I haven't even done the fourth route yet. So I'm like, that game has so much into it, and it's well worth your time. To be honest, like I love
Okay.
that game so much, and like when Three Hopes first got announced, I was like, oh man, like I don't know about a Warriors game. Like I wanted more of the Three Houses world, and then like I played the demo when I was on vacation, and I was like, oh man, yeah, you guys got me with this. So I went to buy I bought the game like literally afterwards.
That's nice. Demos are always awesome for that.
Yeah, like I love that Nintendo is putting out like a bunch of demos for their games a lot recently too. Like Kirby had a demo, Triangle Strategy, that's Square Enix, but that still has a demo. Um, maybe put one for Xenoblade. I mean,
Right? Come
first
on.
chapter. I want to taste, please.
I know
I
I'm
forgot
buying it, but
Kirby
like
had a
give me
demo.
Yeah, and like their demos are like awesome too, where they're like, oh, you can like transfer your save over too. And I'm like, well, perfect. I'm just gonna.
Mm.
And the Three Houses, excuse me, the Three Hopes demo is actually pretty meaty too because you can play the first four chapters, and it's like that's a lot.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just saw Sam's tweet that he sent out about my English muffin, so but anyways, go ahead.
So yeah,
Uh,
interested to see where the story goes. I'm not gonna spoil too much. I just got like a cool character in my party,
yeah.
and so I'm interested to see like what happens in this story because at least like Edelgard's story is like a little the same, but like I said, I heard the other ones are like different. So excited for.
That's awesome, dude. You have anything else on your playlist?
On my trying to think because that has been a while since I've been on here.
Does that game run well on Switch?
Oh yeah, let me talk about performance real quick. It's a lot better than Hyrule Warriors, that's for sure. Because
Cool.
Hyrule Warriors
Okay.
chugged a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, like this game, it's a lot better. It does dip here and there sometimes, like when there's a lot of effects and enemies on the screen, but
Right.
it's not as noticeable as Hyrule Warriors. And even like sometimes it runs at 60. Like they didn't uncap the frame rate for some reason, or they didn't cap the frame rate for some reason. So like
Okay.
in like the after battle menus, you'll like see like it run at 60, and like the very very like like if you're like facing a wall or something, it'll run 60. It's not really like
So it's kind
most
of like
we're gonna
Elden
play it
Ring,
at, but,
right?
like-
where some points you're running at like perfect smooth frames if you're like in a cave or something, but if you're in the
Yeah.
open world, it's like, you know, you're hitting a maybe solid 30 sometimes. Like,
Yeah, so I just found it a little weird that they didn't cap the frame rate. I don't know why they did that, but
yeah,
it is better optimized than Hyrule Warriors.
good.
Loads a lot faster too. Like Hyrule Warriors took forever to load. This one's like almost instant in some cases. So a lot more optimized.
Yeah, man. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, if you don't have any more games, I guess we'll kick it to Sam. But if you do, I'd be curious to hear about
Real quick, I don't know.
them.
Since I picked this up like literally on my vacation, and
Yeah.
like I'm like 25 hours into the first route. I don't know if I'm gonna finish all 3 routes before Xenoblade. So maybe I might have to finish like at least 1.5, maybe. Who knows?
I would say one probably solid, right? And then
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna finish one. Like I'm like at chapter 11. And
Is that-
like I'm pretty sure there's like 17. I don't know the exact number, but
yeah,
there definitely is. Like I'm getting close to the end.
nice, dude. Sam, what have you been playing this past week?
Buckle up, boys, because this is gonna be a long one. 'Cause I've played a lot of games. So first I finished Fallout 4 finally. I played
Finally,
through.
Jesus, dude.
I did it at about 130 hours,
Fuck.
so that was pretty sweet. Did all the DLC, did pretty much everything. So I sided with the Institute.
Institute, eh?
Fucking killed all the synths on Far Harbor. Far Harbor's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The like environments are really cool. And you know the actually like forced factions a little bit more in this, so you could really only side with one. Well, kind of. Siding with the Institute added a unique kind of option on Far Harbor.
So it
since
carries
you're
over to
working
Far
with the
Harbor.
Institute. Yeah, so like I was the leader of the Institute now, so like
Yeah.
I was like kind of, I would every now and then I would go back to the Institute and like report to them
That was my
about
ending
the synth,
as well.
the synth activities. So it was pretty, yeah, it was pretty cool that you got to do that. Yeah, I don't know if it's my favorite Fallout DLC. I still think I like Old World Blues more. From Fallout New Vegas. That one is
yeah.
just so good. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
With the robo brains. But this one definitely has like the atmosphere down for sure. Like it's creepy. There's fog. It's really eerie. It reminded me that environmentally it reminded me a lot of the Pit DLC from Fallout 3, which is like super dark and like scary, and
That's a good DLC.
so
but yeah.
those two DLCs really nail the atmosphere that I'm looking for from a Fallout game. So yeah, enjoyed Far Harbor quite a bit. And I don't know if I ever talked about Nuka World, but Nuka World was cool. Nuka World was fun. Each little like part of the theme park had its own like storyline. Not very like in depth, but you know, fun stuff. So that's Fallout 4. I've been playing a lot of Fall Guys still.
Mhm.
Eric decided to ignore me several times
totally-
this weekend.
I totally forgot to mention Fall Guys, and like I was busy playing Fire Emblem. So
Motherfucker says Fall Guys Fridays, and then continues to not answer us when we want to
He
play
was-
Fall Guys.
He was
all right,
all
on
about
Friday, I
Fire
didn't want
Emblem.
to like do it like an hour before you went to go see Thor. So I was like, oh, I'll just let him go watch Thor. Yesterday, I was just playing fucking Fire Emblem all day. So
I was
Oh,
gonna
you
say.
bitch! You been in a stop for an hour? Come on.
He's in single player mode. I know that,
Yeah.
man. I have two modes. Like either I really want to mainline a single player game and I'll appear
Yes.
offline. And
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
That is my current
Um,
goal right now is to like mainline through Three Hopes.
Yeah. But yeah, Fall Guys, they introduced one of the event right now is like a cops and robbers mode, and it is like I love it. I hope they make like more maps for it. Because
wish I could be Guardian.
I love it a lot. But yeah, there's a couple things where it's like, man, it really needs to let you pick Guardian, because one of like the event objectives is to get enough grabs at playing as a Guardian, or captures playing as a Guardian, which is like the cops of the mode. And it's like there's only 4 Guardians to 8 thieves, so it's like the likelihood is cut in half to get Guardians. So it's kind of,
I do wonder, man, if you had a 4 stack, if it would give you Guardians more, right? Because it'd be an easy.
I think
fill.
it would,
Yeah.
because exactly, because then because with 3 people last night, it was probably rough to try to get Guardians. But yeah, there's a few things in there that they could fix, but that's Fall Guys for you. It's not perfect, but it's fun as hell. And I did learn on the subreddit that they introduced skill-based matchmaking, which just blows my mind that this game needs that. Well, it doesn't need it. That this game has that.
Yeah.
They introduced that apparently when it went free to play, and I'm just like, no. Give me my easy crowns. Come on.
That and like
I need to clown on some fools.
I don't know. It's always what's so awesome about the game is like if you have good platforming skills, it'll take you pretty far in the game.
Yeah.
But there is a degree of luck that you cannot account for. And so that kind of throws skill-based matchmaking off if you're trying to implement it, because it defeats the point.
Yeah.
There's luck anyways, so like what does it matter?
Yeah. And you like can't see like what tier you're in.
Nope.
You know? Like in like Halo, you can see like the level or whatever you're at,
the
right?
matchmaking rating. Like you
Yeah.
you
Like in
can't see
Fall
that.
Guys, that's just all done behind the scenes, so you have like no idea.
It's like Sam
I
is
said, I
probably
learned it on
super
the
high or
fucking-
something, and I'm super low, right?
I learned, like I said, I learned it on the subreddit because a ton of people are being super salty about it.
I imagine.
Yeah, so man, those cosmetics are way too expensive. So that's Fall Guys. Still fun as hell to play. We're going in alphabetical order here, so actually no, we're not, because Fall Guys would have been before Fallout 4. But the next is Final Fantasy Origins. So yeah, this game's combat's still fun. Me and my brother played a few missions last weekend. Trying to think of what we did. I know we killed. There was one mission. There was a side quest. We were to kill 3 of those fucking douchebags that shoot the purple like crap. I can't remember what they're called. They're like cute little fuckers, and then you approach them and they just fucking go ape shit. So that was interesting.
Bunberries? Cactars?
Tomberries, yes, Tomberries. We had to kill 3 of those in one side quest. I think that took us longer than one of the story missions with like a boss. Because I think we did 2 story missions, and like we kind of kicked both of the bosses' asses, if I'm being honest. Like we only died maybe once or twice to each one. So yeah, good shit. We're dominating.
Did you see the DLC announcement for that?
I did.
Get out.
I haven't looked into it. I just know that a DLC exists.
Finish the game first. Then look
Yeah,
into
I
it.
don't want story spoilers, because
No,
I
there's
really care
story
about what's
spoilers.
happening in fucking Final Fantasy.
Oh my god.
I don't care.
Stop.
I have no idea what's happening in this game, and I'm all right with it because it's fun.
Jesus. Chaos.
So I've been I was playing Sly 3. Let me tell you, that game has aged poorly. As a huge Sly fan, that game has aged way worse than 2. I think it just relies a lot on like not complex, but like a little bit more complex platforming than 2 does. There's platforming, but it's not super complex. But I don't know what it is with these hooks that you swing off of in 3 are super like they feel weird. They feel different for some reason than 2. Um, and then just some of the story, like some of the missions are just fucking outrageous, like super frustrating and annoying. Um, so yeah, that hasn't been as smooth as my playthrough of Slide 2, but I still love it. I still love the characters. I still like the premise of it all. Uh, unfortunately, I have to stop playing. I don't have a PS. I only have one PS3 controller, and my L1 button stopped working,
Oh
Oof.
god.
and I need it for a mission that I am currently on, and
Do you
so I
have
can't play it right now.
a PS4 controller?
See, I do, but it just so happens that the Sly 3 collection on PS3 is one of the few games that does not work with the DualShock 4.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Because I remember like when I still had a PS3, like you can like connect the DualShock 4
Yep.
via Bluetooth. Like the
Yeah.
only thing that doesn't work is the home button for some weird
Yep.
reason.
Did
Yeah,
they
exactly.
sorry, did they not bring that to the PS4, the Sly collection?
No.
No.
Why? Why? What is
Because
with Sony, man? What is with Sony and not fucking bringing their shit forward?
they hate Sly Cooper fans, all right?
No, they hate like, oh, old game is old. That's their Sony's fucking attitude, man.
No, you can download the Jack and Daxter games. You can
Alright.
download some of the fucking goddamn Ratchet and Clank games. There's a new Ratchet and Clank game. I don't know if you've heard of it. It was pretty fun. No, they just hate Sly Cooper and the people that love him. So, you know what? Whatever.
I don't know why.
Sounds
Sly's-
like Sucker Punch does, or right, Sucker Punch or Insomnia.
it's
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch.
yeah.
Sly
Sounds
Cooper.
like they
Sly.
hate Sly too. You know what I mean?
And yeah, and they're not making
nothing.
anymore.
Ouch.
So yeah, my Sly 3 playthrough is in pause right now. Till I feel like buying another PS3 controller. So
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
that might be a while because I'm not in a rush to do that. So 2 more. So I played a little bit. I restarted Tales of Arise because I didn't get far into it last time I had started it. So I restarted Tales of Arise and I beat that motherfucking Balsef.
Nice.
Balsef the Ballsack, as I like to call him. Because every time they started to say his name, I thought they were going to say Ballsack. But they said Balsef. Beat him. I like the combat. It's doesn't seem to be too overly complex, but they've introduced a few new things. Like every now and then they're introducing things. I feel like the combat definitely gets some taking used to. I know Eric said he played the demo and he was like getting his ass kicked because they didn't like tutorialize it very well. I
Yeah,
can definitely see that happening.
the demo like throws you in like a somewhere like mid game, and like
Okay.
it doesn't ease you into it at all as compared to the base.
Yeah.
Like the full game eases you into.
Yeah, it definitely needs an easing in because yeah, the combat's a little like weird. It doesn't like you can only hit like 3 times in a row, you know?
Mhm.
Like the normal combos or whatever. But then you can use like there's like air abilities and then there's ground abilities. So like if you're in the air, you can use these abilities. If you're in the on the ground, you can use those abilities. So it's a little weird. But I like it so far. Iron Mask is cool, but now he has a fucking lame ass name that I can't ever remember.
Elfin.
Yeah, Alphin.
Wow.
Fucking little loser.
I mean,
He went
that's
from
definitely
being
a
called
step down, dude.
I know. He went from being called Iron Mask for the first like 3 hours of the game to be called Alphin for probably the fucking rest of it. Fucking loser.
Alpin and the
So there's
Chipmunks.
that. Yeah. My doorbell just rang. I don't know that anybody else is home. I don't really care. It's probably not important. So that's Tales of Arise. So yeah, I beat the first boss. That's like where I stopped. Tore down the fucking fire gates or whatnot. And now we come to Xenoblade 2.
Oh no.
It's very real before you go. It's very telling that you decided to play Tales of Arise for finishing Xenoblade.
Yeah. So after Xenoblade 2 was the first game I went to after beating Fallout 4. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play Xenoblade 2.
Oh no.
I played all of 40 minutes. And I'm here on July 10th, 2022, saying Xenoblade 2 is not a good game. Not an okay game. Xenoblade 2 is a bad game.
Ooh.
It is a bad fucking video game. Like, what is this nonsense that I have to wait 30 minutes for this fucking mercenary mission or whatever to progress the main story? Are you kidding me? What the fuck is that? Come on. Like, that's some mobile game bullshit. And then you have the fucking gotcha system of the fucking what are they called? The drivers
blade,
and the
blades.
blades.
Yes, I agree with you on both counts.
When you're bonding blades, it's bullshit because it's just like super gotcha. Like, it's so random. Yeah, that's annoying.
Where did you stop? I guess
fucking,
is where.
Even chapter 4, I know exactly.
Dude, I'm going after this other artificial blade,
Oh.
which is the last thing I want to be doing because I fucking hate the artificial blade that I have now.
It's bad.
I don't want another one. They're annoying. Like, Tora and Poppy are two of the most obnoxious video game characters of all time. They are so annoying.
That is like my worst sticking point of that fucking game is those two characters right there. Like, I love the game, but I cannot stand those two characters.
Once you finish chapter 4, you get a fucking better tank. That's all I'm saying.
How did they go from Ricky, who's a charming little ball rascal, to fucking Tora? He's so annoying.
God.
Oh my god, dude. Every time I hear their damn voices, I just like roll my eyes.
One thing I want, dude.
And the other thing is, she only has, as of now, she only has like one ability. So like it really limits the combat. Because like one of your squad mates only has one like elemental ability or whatever.
Oh yeah, you can't do the combos or whatever.
So it's harder to do combos because one of your squad mates only has one, and it's like, man, that's really disappointing. I'm sure that changes at some point, but I'm fucking like, I swear to God, 35 hours into this game, and no, I'm still stuck with two squad mates, and those are the only ones I can choose. I hate it.
I mean, I say it gets better, but I don't know if it's really worth the investment if you're grading this whole
what else?
Yeah.
Story all over the goddamn place. I have like very little clue of what actually is happening in this video game. Like, I know I'm trying to get to Elysium. That's about it.
Xenoblade 2, Jacob.
This game is like compared, like the first game's story is nuts, and it's like just goes places I didn't expect it, but it does it in a way that makes sense. It does it pretty like coherently. Xenoblade 2 is just all over the place. Like, you're meeting these characters for like 2 seconds, and then they'll like disappear for like 5 hours, and then they'll reappear for like 2 more seconds, and it's like who is this chick with the flames, the blue flames? Like, I don't know what's happening.
Fool is who she is. That's
I don't think they introduced the world in a good enough way compared to Xenoblade 1. And I really don't care about any of these characters except I think I like see, I can't remember the main character's name.
Rex?
Rex, fucking A. I like him, like, he's charming.
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit more interesting. I think he's a little bit even more interesting than than the main character of Shulk.
I think so too.
But the cast around Shulk helps make Shulk more interesting because with their interactions with him. What's up?
No,
Steven,
I was
you
just
look like
thinking.
you have something to
Yeah,
say.
I don't know, man, because like I think you're at that inflection point, like where Nia is one of the cool ones, and
I like Nia, like she's whatever, you know.
she gets cooler though.
Cool.
So like, yeah,
She's
that's
got
all
that
I'm gonna say.
lion.
It's funny that Sam says he likes Rex because a lot of people hate Rex.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm on the opposite side of Sam, right? Like I understand.
Yeah,
I
why
me
don't
too.
people hate
love
him.
Rex. I'm just saying I
No.
like him. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, people like despise
and-
him for some reason. I'm like, huh?
I was gonna say, man, like it's. I don't know. The characters are make or break on these games. So like, if you don't like the characters, like,
I mean, I agree with
know.
Tora. I fucking boot him out of the party once
Yeah,
like, the
no,
next
no.
character you're gonna
yeah,
get.
for sure. Yeah, the second I could boot him out, he was done. Like, bleh. And he has like that weird mini game later on. Eric, you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
it's
about?
like Poppy like needs upgrades and like you can upgrade
Yeah.
into that mini game, but like
Oh,
I never touched it.
Poppy needs upgrade. Yay! Poppy. My God. Yeah, it was a nice, maybe 2 hours of the video game where I had Van Damme
Yep.
in the squad, and no, that didn't last very long. So at least I got his blade.
Yep.
His blade's cool. It's a bird.
That sucks, man.
It's like storm magic.
The game goes places.
Dude, the
Just-
game goes places.
yeah.
Like, I know we keep telling you this, but like,
Eh,
if you can, like, if you're not gonna continue to play the game, at least like watch the cutscene somewhere because
yeah.
the game goes fucking places.
Oh, I'm done with this game. I fucking deleted it.
Shit.
Once I saw that I had to wait 30 minutes
I
for
just
this
went and did
stupid
something else, dude.
fucking
Yeah, this is like
mercenary
side
mission.
quests and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, well, guess what? I don't want to do something else because I want to progress the main story because I want to get through the main story. I don't care about these fucking side missions.
There was some cool like character bonding missions for the blades.
Because
I think.
another thing, the side missions are a pain in the ass to do because the fucking map sucks ass.
Okay, that I will agree with.
The
It's
UI
ass,
is
dude.
terrible in this video game.
It
Like,
is us.
it's so bad.
3 looks better though.
When did this game come out?
2017, yeah.
How are you making a UI that inept?
I don't know.
In 2017.
Ask Fallen Order.
That is true. Fallen Order is just the map. Like,
So
I'm talking about the entire UI in Xenoblade 2 sucks.
So from what I understand, I like Xenoblade 2, but there are some criticisms about it. And from what I understand, a lot of Monolith Soft's like main team was like outsourced during the development of this game. Like I believe this game only had like 200 people working on it
Versus normally
out of the like
400.
out of normally like Monolith Soft's like big
yeah.
studio. Like they were doing Breath of the Wild. They were probably doing, I believe, Splatoon 2 as well. Trying to think what else because I can't remember exact, but I like their main staff was like elsewhere basically because like they had like a lot of they outsourced a lot of the artwork. Like if you look at the blade menu, like the gallery or whatever,
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of different artists on there. Like they outsourced a whole bunch of the stuff.
Oh, I did
to
see
other
that, like the
stuff.
contractors and different like third party
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
A lot of the stuff was outsourced, and so I do believe like the game did suffer in quality a bit. I mean, the story still I enjoy like the second half, but
Yeah.
I'm excited for Xenoblade 3 because it is like the full force of Monolith Soft's production team this time around.
Good.
So there's like really nothing holding them back compared to like the Wii and the ugly graphics for the first
my
game,
God.
and then, like the
They're-
lack of staff for 2.
what they're able to do with the hardware they're provided is incredible. Like,
Oh yeah, like have you seen Xenoblade X in the Wii U? Like I can't
Yeah.
believe that game came out on the fucking Wii U.
Jacob says
Yeah, that-
Xenoblade 2 was a victim of anime, and to an extent, I agree. Yeah,
It's not just that.
but it's
Like,
mostly like the
not just
the
that.
gotcha shit, right? That
I
really
don't
great.
care
that
about
stuff
the
fucking
I
sucked.
don't care about the anime stuff. I can look past that. Like, yeah, just the gotcha systems that makes it feel like a mobile game. The UI, I don't care about like half of the characters, and I despise 2 of them that I am forced to be with.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, dude. Like, here's the thing. This was and maybe why I'm coming more positive off of it than most people probably did for that. I didn't mind a lot of this stuff, like the grinding for the blades, because I used to just pop it on when I was doing other things, right? Like I was listening to podcasts, I was, I don't know, doing homework on the side or whatever. But like I definitely could see if you're just trying to focus and mainline that game, it being not the best experience. Like, and you're not into the world or any of the characters. Like, yeah, that's kind of a no.
I mean, yeah, but like I thought like the world was interesting.
Yeah, I did too.
Like you're like instead of like 2 Titans on the Xenoblade 1, you're like going to like different Titans.
Yeah,
and like around the world.
But my thing is like none of like I always talked about Xenoblade, like the environments in Xenoblade 1 were like just constantly like jaw dropping, you know?
Yeah.
In Xenoblade 2, like none of the environments have really like, oh
really?
My gosh.
Not even Uriah at night?
Shit was awesome.
Uriah at night.
Second Titan. At night.
See, I don't remember.
What about that blue? What is that blue cave system, Eric? Like where, like it had blue vines and shit, and like a bunch of glowing water or whatever. I can't remember what it was.
Oh wait, so that you're not in for very long, but I know what you're talking about.
I thought that was kind of cool.
That one's kind of cool, but like other than that, I don't know. It's all been like grass and stuff, and like
that's the first Titan. Each Titan's like different. Then you have like the desert-ish area, and like the third Titan.
There's the
banging ass music.
Ooh, that is a sick one. And there's like that city place that was cool.
Yeah, the music is still good. But no, I don't know. Nothing environmentally has been like, oh my gosh, like the Cloud Sea's cool. Like that's really cool.
This
like
game
the different
suffers
tides and stuff
from like the back half is super great, I think.
Yeah,
but it's like almost 50 to 60 hours in when you start getting like all of it start hitting. But that's like a big ask.
Like I feel like it's one. I mean, like I'm just gonna say it right now because Sam says he's not gonna play no more. Like once you get like Morag and Zeke in your party,
oh my god,
I'm just like, oh yes,
Zeke is fucking cool. Like he's annoying a little bit, but like I think he's cool.
So that brings me to Xenoblade 3. I'm probably still gonna get it.
Yeah, that was my man.
Yeah, I would just say like go watch like the cutscenes, like the latter half of the game, and
probably I don't need to.
You don't need to.
The payoff is
it's not like a direct sequel.
Oh,
is it?
There is. I would say there's some things. If you played one, you get a better payoff.
Yeah.
It's not a direct sequel, but like if you know stuff from one.
No, sorry. I'm saying Xenoblade 3 is not a direct sequel to Xenoblade 2.
It's literally both worlds 1 and 2 combined together.
So
God fucking damn it! I'm gonna have to reinstall this goddamn game and play it. I'm not looking up cutscenes. No, that's not happening.
Did you put the game on easy mode at least? So you can just like rush through. Did you put the game on easy mode so you can like rush through?
I'm going to now.
Oh yeah, put it on easy mode.
No, dude, I had easy mode. I didn't care. Like,
no, when I played it, easy mode.
Who knows? I'm gonna come to some stupid thing where I'm gonna have to wait 45 fucking minutes in real time to progress the main mission for no.
Literally, it's been a while since I played the game, so like I can't remember, but I feel like it was only that part that does that, and then you need like a skill check to progress, and that's about it.
Oh,
and for the skill check, you can just literally just get random blades and just send them out on missions while you're just playing the main story. You'll eventually.
Yeah, the one with like it's like the burning or whatever.
I forget. It's like in the later Titan where you have to like make a big jump, but it's like you need like a skill check for that, which was stupid. Out of nowhere for no reason.
Maybe I'll just mute the dialogue so I don't have to listen to Tori and Poppy speak until I
literally like
kick them out.
You're in chapter 4, right? Literally, once you finish chapter 4, you have Morag in your party, and she's a way better tank.
She's
a dodge, the blue chick, right?
Yeah, she's a dodge tank, and literally she never gets fucking hit.
That's so good, dude. So good.
And then Zeke is fucking Zeke.
Yeah, he's just. Yeah.
I met Zeke. Wait, is Zeke the dude with the turtle?
No, I don't think so.
I forget. Did they ever tell you his name?
I don't know who Zeke is.
Well, okay, he is. That's Zeke.
Okay.
It's the turtle. I maybe I'm not remembering that part.
No,
he's got
that's
this little
Zeke.
turtle.
I just can't remember if he like told you his name when you first meet him.
Portal
you're
or whatever.
right. Yeah.
Portal. I don't know what his name is. I don't know if Turtle has
Turters.
a name.
Turters.
Turners.
Turters.
Yeah,
Oh,
turters.
Turters. Yeah,
Yeah.
Turters.
Oh,
Don't
God.
handle a man's turtle.
I was bringing back
Well,
memories.
That is all I have for crossplay.
Nice.
Went pretty long the crossplay.
Yeah, mine's gonna be super quick, so no worries. I played a little Destiny 2, played a little Fall Guys. Fall Guys is great. I love the new mode. Thieves. I wish I was Guardian more, like Sam said. Played a little bit more of Yakuza Like a Dragon. Oh, and the one I wanted to touch on a little bit, which is new, is House Flipper. I guess it's not really new, but like it's new to Game Pass, right? And I spent like 3 or 4 hours solid one night just cleaning houses, making them look good, fucking installing shit, because the mechanics of the game are involving, right? Like doing the installing is actually satisfying, and like kind of like Power Wash Simulator where you're like spraying the walls to see it clean. It's just something really satisfying about like finishing the project, finding all the dirt and fucking. I hate cleaning in real life. This is bullshit, man.
You fall asleep watching HGTV, don't you?
No, I fucking hate it too. That's the thing. I hate that kind of shit. I love how it's made, though. You know, if you show me how it's made, I like that. Yeah, man. House Flipper is on Game Pass. If you've not played that game or games of that ilk, and you like satisfying things, I feel like at least give it a go. Yeah, you gotta like. I don't know. It's simple mechanics, but they're satisfying. So like, it's just a broom to clean a bunch of dirt, right? Like, it doesn't matter where the dirt is. It's the broom for like all the dirt for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, try it out. I think there was one more game. Fuck, I can't remember. Oh, I played a little more Cycle, which I do like the Cycle Frontier. I've been trying to group up and get a squad going for it. It's very taxing on your PC, so I don't know if it's like optimized super well. It's akin to like a Tarkov, right? Escape from Tarkov. It's like a survival. The cool thing about it though is like I don't know. It's like the sound design is really nice. The guns feel really good. It's very tense, like especially solo. And then the proximity chat where I've not had any problems. So like it's like Rust where you're walking up to someone and you could be like, oh, I gotta, I don't have anything. I'm not worth killing, right? And most times they'll be like, all right, bet. And a couple times it's like, hey, can I help you out? And I've gotten help from people to complete my missions, and that was really cool. I expected everyone to just shoot me on sight. Your mileage may vary, of course. Playing this game's internet's unpredictable, so I have been shot just as I'm about to extract, which is painful, because you lose your gear when you die, and you have to buy gear by completing missions and doing other things. So like when it does add to like the stress level of it. So if battle royales and survival games are not your thing, it's probably not still going to be your thing with this one. But it's the new hotness, so I had to give it a try, and yep. And I think that's it. Oh, I played some Yakuza 0 because it's on Game Pass now, again, for some reason. Because it's taken off for a
I need
little
to get
bit.
back into that.
And it's fucking great, dude. I might end up playing it 2 times. I think that's it. Yeah. And then I guess we'll get into our frustrating video game missions then. I think
I get to complain about more things.
Right, I was gonna say, just as we're done complaining about Xenoblade, we'll complain about some other things in different video games. This one is frustrating video game missions. The criteria for this is anything that grates you severely. It could even be a good mission, but you're like, wow, that was kind of frustrating for this. It can be anything. Like it can be a bad mission from a bad game, but the ones I like personally are the bad missions and the good games because they stick out more, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know who wants to go first on this one. Sam, it sounds like you got some locked and loaded. Do you want to kick it off?
Sam's got some beef today.
Right?
Sure. I'm gonna kick it off with this Fallout 4 nonsense. there's a mission in Far Harbor where you go into like this simulation to unlock these memories of this synth character. And the whole thing is it like turns into like the whole area like world turns into cubes. It kind of looks like Minecraft. And so like you're in the settlement building like menu, but you can only like place cubes, scrap cubes. Um and you have to like get these little beetle bug things that are crawling on the ground from one point to another by building a bridge and then by lowering these defenses and stuff like that. And it's just like it's not hard. It's just like so frustrating because uh even like placing like you guys have played Fallout 4, right?
Yeah.
Like the settlement thing, with snap like with things snapping together, properly
Mhm.
and stuff like that. You know how
Yeah.
it doesn't do that? It doesn't snap together
Right,
properly.
right. That's why I hate it.
Yeah, that's just this like, but required for Far Harbor, and that's the only thing you're doing is just like having to snap these blocks together and like place these blocks and build like bridges with them to get across gaps, and it just goes on and on. And the last one is like long, and like I wasn't fucking like understanding it very well. My brain was being pushed to the limit on the puzzle solving side, but just adding with the just jank ass settlement building was just too much. Too much. It's like they wanted a little portal game inside their Fallout 4.
They wanted to be creative, you know?
It was weird. Like I like the premise of it. Like the premise made sense. It was cool, but it just got a little too complicated, and the complexion with the combined with the jankness of the settlement building system just threw it over the edge of frustration. I was getting so mad at this thing. And then I found out the last one, the last like because there's like I think there's 5 different things, and the last one optional.
What?
And I fucking wouldn't have done it if I knew that. I didn't know that. I thought I had to do all 5 to like progress the main thing of Far Harbor, but no.
Well, intentionally making it harder for yourself.
Yeah. And
Far
like that,
harder. Can you?
that's like the easiest one on my list.
Yeah.
It was just like annoying as hell.
Hmm.
Just like so annoying. Yeah. All 4.
Do you want to do round robin or do you want to just go through yours?
I guess we can just go through mine.
Okay.
I have 3 more. 2 I'll talk about more because one of them is God of War. The end of God of War, there's like these fucking spinning. Pretty much anytime you have to do platforming in that game, but the original God of War, there's like these. You're in Hades, and so there's these spinning, like pillars that you have to climb. But the twist is they have like blades on them, and it's just like old PS2 platforming. So like you're trying to go up a little bit and then you like shoot up way too far and you get hit by a blade and you fall all the way down. And if you get hit by a blade, if you get hit by one blade, you fall all the way down to the bottom. And so then
don't they like rotate or something? Like
yeah, they rotate
back and forth.
And there's different sections of each pillar that rotate like in different directions. And you can also only see up like a certain amount.
Yeah.
So like it's really hard to like time yourself because you can't see all the way up the pillar.
I can't remember. Was this the one where you like transition from like side going up the side to like hanging off the roof and using your chain blades that way, or is that a different part?
No. There is another platforming section I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
That's that.
Because that one was kind of frustrating too.
Yeah, pretty much anytime you have to do platforming in this game, because there's also like having to there's also a part where you have to balance on like beams, which is like so annoying. I know my brother had a much harder time with that than I did, but this part with the pillars, and then you finally get to the top of this damn pillar, and you're like, fucking finally. You move 5 feet, there's another pillar, and it is even harder and more frustrating than the first one.
It is Hades, bro.
It is Hades. It is Hades. Yeah, there was a lot of screaming that happened when I played that.
Yeah.
And then Sly 1. Have you guys played Sly 1?
Yeah.
Yes. Never finished
Okay.
it.
So one of the like bosses, one of the claw gang, it's named Miss Ruby,
Oh. Ooh.
and she's a crocodile.
Oh my god. This is bringing
No,
me back to
stop.
fucking memory.
Yeah.
Her boss fight is just a long and grueling quick time event that if you fuck up, I think once.
I think you get like one leeway, and then like
Okay.
after that, yeah.
So if you fuck up, you get sent all the way back to the beginning. And there's two, it's broken down. Like you get to her. The whole thing is you're like going towards her and dodging her attacks with the quick time events. And when you get to her once, it goes to another section. And then when you get to her again, it goes to another section. If you get to the third section and you get hit, I'm pretty sure it sends you all the way back to the beginning of the first section.
Ooh.
Like there's no checkpoints. And it's just long and grueling. And again, it's PS2, so the button inputs aren't like, aren't exactly, there. So it's a little hard to time a lot of them. And then, the quick time event progressively gets faster, and it's just like, ay, 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 ay. Yeah, definitely like the most frustrating part of that game. Although there are, yeah, that's the most frustrating part. There's a part at the end that's kind of a little bit frustrating, but that I know I said Sly 3 had some frustrating parts. I think this is the most frustrating part so far. When replaying them, this has been the most frustrating part for sure out of the 3 games. And I had one more, and I know you guys have played this game because the sequel came out last year. The fucking meat circus in Psychonauts is just insane.
Yes. Yes.
The part where you are escorting, and that's the thing, it's a fucking escort mission.
Mm-hmm. Non-starter.
Because you're escorting that one dude, I believe. I can't remember his name. Is it your friend?
No, it's the camp
it?
counselor dude.
Yeah. You're escorting one of the camp counselors, and it's just, I think if he gets hit a few times, you have to go all the way back. And there's just a ton of platforming, and it's just endless. It feels like it's endless.
Escort missions.
If you mess up like one jump, you fall all the way back to the bottom, and then the person you're escorting gets attacked a bunch because you're not with him to defend him. So, yeah, it's just the combination of an escort mission and old platforming that has not old 3D platforming that has not aged well at all.
Yeah.
I do not look fondly at the end of that game, that's for sure. Even though I like Psychonauts quite a bit.
Psychonauts got snubbed at the awards, just saying.
Oh, the second one.
Yeah. Great game. I don't know. I think I agree with that. That was kind of really crappy at the end of that one. It took me a while. I had to come back to that game for that level specifically, like a couple months later, because I was just like, nope. Well, because I played Psychonauts up to like shortly before the release of the second one, so
same. And I think for the most part, the rest of the original Psychonauts,
solid.
Like, was fine. Like, didn't age super poorly. It was just that one section at the end. It was just like, wow, this is really hard and really annoying, and it shouldn't be this hard.
Apparently, I forget. I think it was like maybe the PC release. Apparently, that they made it easier, but like the PlayStation and Xbox versions are the hardest ones because those are like original versions.
Yep.
Well, that's embarrassing because I played on PC and it was still hard.
Oh no. Not easy enough. Clearly.
Well, it was not easy enough. No.
Eric, do you have yours good to go?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to top Sam. You know what I mean? He gave off some pretty good examples.
True.
Like, because I was gonna mention Psychonauts, but he took that one because that shit was fucking in the book. I don't know if I would say it's like a mission, but like, if you ever played Cruel Smash and Smash Bros,
Yes.
like fucking the multi-man shit, the cruel one, that shit's fucking possible, bro. That shit's fucking hard. Cause like the AI, like for like the AI is like fucking, they get some like unfair advantages. Like they fucking like read your inputs, they fucking do increased damage and shit, and like it's not even fair.
We're talking
not even
like
fair.
Smash Ultimate or
I mean, just any Smash Bros. Really, they all anyone that has like multi-man in it, the ones where you fight the mobs of enemies.
And I don't know if you know this, but the AI was tuned with professional players for Ultimate. So, like, if you do the 9 or whatever, the top.
No, it's not the 9. No, it's like you know, like multi-man mode, right? Where you fight the mobs of enemies, right?
Yeah, I know, and I think they put like a ton of them in, and the AI gets better as you go on, right? Like, for at least Ultimate.
But this is like different because multi-man is you're fighting the mobs enemies. Like in the normal multi-man modes, like you can like kill them in like 1 or 2 hits most of the time.
Yeah.
And they get off the screen. In Cruel, they're fucking cruel because like they fucking read your inputs. They do like a lot more damage to you than you do to them. Like it's like
Love
unfair.
that.
And like sometimes like they'll have like achievements locked behind the mode where like, oh, take out 10 enemies in this mode. And I'm like, well, I gotta find some way to cheese it then because these things are impossible to kill. And like it's not even like 9 mode, it's like harder than 9 mode. It's like you're getting ganged up on and like getting destroyed easily. I'm trying to think of another one because Sam took my Psychonaut one.
Man, there's gotta be like there's gotta be a Dark Souls or Demon Souls
Well,
thing.
I
Right?
can do one while you're thinking if you want.
Well, I was gonna say like general escort missions. Like escort missions themselves are not bad, but it's fucking worse when your walking speed is slower than their walking speed, but your run speed's faster than their run. Like, yeah, there's like
Welcome to the Elder Scrolls.
It's like you're just like sitting around waiting
Assassin's
for the
Creed.
Follow missions in Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, fucking god. Especially in Black Flag. Black Flag had like follow missions, but yeah, it's just like annoying where he's like, okay, well, I have to hang back here and like wait for the person, but if I don't run, then I'm gonna get behind them. But if I run too much, I'm gonna get past them. It's like, oh, all right, man. It's like fucking, please, just let me fucking
hurry up, stop.
Walk normal with them.
Yeah.
And like I appreciate the games where like your walking speed matches, where they basically match your speed no matter what. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you can do that in Red Dead.
Yeah, where you hold the button and you just kind of walk with them.
You can hold if you hold the button, you like match the speed of the person you're with. So that's pretty nice.
And you don't have to touch controller at all. That's trying to think more. Go ahead, Steven.
Okay. So one that I wanted to touch on is, and you know, your take on Crash Bandicoot may be hit or miss, like depending on who you are. You're either a Crash person or you're definitely not a Crash person. I like Crash Bandicoot, but there's the one level that's pretty infamous. I think everyone knows. It's called High Road. And on this one, it's just such a difficulty spike from all the other ones. You're on a giant collapsing bridge, and I think there's parts with like a warthog or whatever that you're riding. And
Halo?
No, Crash Bandicoot. God damn it! That's a good second.
Like an animal.
Yeah. Like the hog.
I was gonna say there's a fucking Halo warthog in Crash Bandicoot.
Nah, dude. These ones are not as fun even to use. So, it's just bullshit, man. It probably took me I want to say conservatively 100 tries the first time I played that level. Conservatively. But Crash is bullshit in other ways too. So, that's just like the peak of bullshit in that platforming.
Crash introduced the whole running at the camera thing that
Yep.
Naughty Dog does in fucking every game.
Yep. Oh my god, that was awful. And then Jacob says one I forgot about that I wanted to touch on too. Says, I remember the OG Gears had that one mission with the flying creatures, Krill, and you had to shine a UV light at them, and it was infuriating on the original version. Yes, Jacob. That part where it was just super difficult. If you're not playing like the remastered version or whatever they did, that part was just awful. And there were parts where you're like, I was in the fucking light, but you still get gored.
My thing for the original Gears is the part where you're, what are they called? The big, like, huge guy that like
the Hammer of Dawn when you're inside, like.
Yeah, so the big guy that like deaf, not deaf, blind. And so like he follows you around based on your sound.
Berserker.
And so Berserker. You have to try to lead him outside and then use the hammer on him. And it was so frustrating playing it because, especially single player, because then Dom is just controlled by the fucking AI, and Dom's AI in the original Gears is so bad.
Dom.
Like, he would just stand there and die every time to this damn Berserker. And it was, that part was so annoying. And I swear it was only Dom's AI, because like in the rest of the game, it seemed like he was always the one like just charging in for no reason and dying immediately. And then the rest of the squad was like actually hanging back and like,
or the ones where it's like
in cover, because it's a cover shooter.
2 paths, right? And like he's on the other path or something, and like he dies. You're like, okay, what am I gonna do? Like, thanks.
Yeah. Like, I can't get to him. Hopefully the other AI guy will revive him. I always liked that about Gears, though, the whole like 2-path thing.
Yeah.
Like that.
Eric, you got one? Yeah.
I don't know, just like I guess arbitrary restrictions, like on missions and stuff. Like say like it depends on like what game you play really, but like oh man, it's like hard to explain, but like maybe like if you're playing like a Muso game, I guess, like for example, and like it's not really tough. Like sometimes they'll be like, oh, try not to take any damage, but like all that fucking enemies like fucking ridiculous, like just like arbitrary shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stupid restrictions on stuff that shouldn't be there, basically.
Purposely to make it hard, like modifiers on stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jacob has
I
another.
can't think off one on the top of my head, but like, yeah.
Funny one. He says, "How about Mario 64 with the baby penguin, where you're riding it?"
Oh my god! How about the fucking slide in that fucking Mario 64?
Oh, dude. Ugh. And the camera in general. Let's just say the camera.
Yeah, the camera in general.
Bad. Yeah. I have a few more. So, the water temple in Ocarina of Time. Now, this is probably. Let me just go on your on WikiHow right here. Beat the water temple in Ocarina of Time. It says, all right. God.
Oh, speaking of water, I got a good one from after you.
Yeah, so this one is. Here's a note from it says, note that as with the process to drain the water completely, this procedure to fill the temple halfway will need to be repeated in order to beat the water temple. Each time you need to do this, come back and play Zelda's Lullaby at the Triforce symbol in the central pillar. And there's nothing indicating any of this, right? Other than small clues surrounded throughout the water temple, like, oh, there's this symbol here, maybe you need to play this, or, oh, you can raise this one, but it'll lower this part, and then this part needs a certain level to get onto this platform, which is also not great in that game where you're jumping, so good luck.
Having to constantly equip the iron boots to go, sink down into the
iron boots bottom. And the fucking hook shot, which is inconsistent in the game.
Yep. Apparently, like that's a lot better in the 3DS version, just because like you have quick access to like the items in the bottom screen.
I will say
it was like bad in the N64 version.
Yeah.
Like, keep going into the menu and equip the iron boots, and go back out the menu and unequip them, back in the menu. There was a lot.
There was a lot they improved with the 3DS version with those. Like, if you're gonna play that game, play it on the 3DS, please. Save yourself some trouble. Water Temple is just bullshit. I don't know. And they're the small keys part, like you never knew where the fucking small keys were, and I always felt like I was doing that level in an incorrect order all the time, but there's not really an order. You just have to get all the places. Yep. So that one and the Shangri-La missions in Far Cry 4. And you guys know what I'm talking about, where you like do drugs and you start to hallucinate, right? And you go to
Fun fact.
Shangri-La.
I've played like 2 hours of Fallout 4 Far Cry 4 the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not gone that far into Far Cry 4.
It's kind of like in Breath of the Wild, where they take away all your gear that you've been working for the whole fucking game. You know, on that one island in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And
survival.
You have to survive in these like open arenas, basically, where they're tossing a bunch of spears, and there's like stealth parts in them that are bullshit. Like you can't get caught because then you'll die immediately if something sees you, and you'll have to restart back at a checkpoint at the beginning. Very annoying. A very cool concept though, because like you look at murals, right? That's what it is. You look at murals and you're kind of going into a trance state from the murals, I guess, or whatever's around. But it is kind of a cool concept. Just the actual beating of them sucks.
You talked about the water temple. What about the fucking bird tower in Link's Awakening?
I don't want to
You
even talk
remember that
about that
one?
one. Yeah, I don't
No.
dude,
Been a
I
while
don't
since
even
I
want to
played
touch
Link's
on that. I don't want to touch on that
Dude.
because like, oh my god, okay, you're right. That might beat Water Temple for me, dude.
There's literally just a wall that you just have to like randomly throw a bomb at.
Yep.
And that like progresses you through. It's like,
And that's
how
you
was
cannot
that a
go
decision
anywhere
that they
do
made?
anything until you figure that part out.
Like, oh my god.
There's nothing like signifying it. Like I said, just obscure fucking shit.
And that tower is just so hard because there's all the different levels, so it's so hard to like figure out where everything is and like get back to where you want to be. And just, God, I was in there for fucking ever.
Man, but speaking of water,
Yeah.
fucking Atlantica in Kingdom Hearts 1.
No, come on.
Oh.
What? Come on.
No, that shit was terrible.
It
Take
was
away
bad.
all your abilities. Now introduce like vertical combat in addition to like what's normally there. It's like no, please.
Which one's combat was not that great, so
I can't believe
it's fine.
you're talking shit about Atlantica.
Atlantica is the worst part of that game.
I don't know. The Tarzan fucking level really sucks.
What?
I don't
Still
like
better
Tarzan
than
level.
Atlantica.
I hate that level, dude. Platforming's bad on that part.
Fucking love Kingdom Hearts 1. I don't think there's a bad world.
Listen, every time I replay it, I don't skip it because I'm like, I want to go to every world. But like,
sure.
I mean,
if I ever do that speedrun trophy, I'm skipping Atlantica.
Monstro is definitely hard hard to navigate, but I still like it.
Jacob says that both of those he agrees. Atlantica, Tarzan were the worst. Yeah, man.
What? Tarzan?
And then-
Tarzan? What's wrong
Tarzan's
with
bad,
Tarzan?
dude. Like the platforming is just awful for that part. Yeah, I don't know. And it's just like, okay, so it's what's happening too around the scenes, like the repeated dialogue and shit. Like, it's just bad.
Wait, so do you not like flying in the Peter Pan world, Eric?
No, that's fine. But like, you have your ability. The difference with that is you have your normal abilities there. In Atlantica, they literally take away like most of your abilities.
But it's because you're in water, bro. You ain't gonna dodge roll in water.
But still, it's fucking stupid.
Okay, any water levels. Okay,
And
I want to
plus-
touch. Go ahead.
And plus, Peter Pan's world's not as open as Atlantica is. Atlantica's fucking. Those areas are huge. Peter Pan, you're like in like the cabins in the ship or whatever. You have like a limit.
Yeah, and the camera can fuck you
Yeah, that's true though. That's
Mhm.
in the when you're in the ship.
I mean, anywhere in that game. But
I like Atlantica. I like that whole game. So.
I like the theming of
And
it,
then-
man.
and they make Atlantica a fucking musical world in 2.
Yeah.
Infinitely better.
Yeah.
Dude, I think
not infinitely better.
when it comes to water levels in games in general,
You're right, not
just don't. Just don't. Unless I can move in a way that's okay, just don't. Like,
You don't like the water level in Odyssey?
Okay, well,
Mario Odyssey. I love the water level.
okay, that one's
Okay.
cool though, but like that's a prime example of like to do it right, right? You know what I'm saying? But also that one is probably one of my least favorite of Mario Odyssey though, like because it is annoying to have to move around like that when you have the normal freedom of being able to do weird jumps and stuff.
Yeah. It's not
Um,
bad, but it's not like
no.
when I think of Odyssey, I don't remember the water levels.
It's the weird globe one with the fish
You-
people or whatever.
You know what game swimming sucks in is fucking Spyro.
Sonic.
Sonic doesn't swim.
Exactly. So the fucking water levels that come up where they're like going through water. Da, 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 you
That
know?
was in Assassin's Creed, the original Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
You can't swim,
Yeah.
and there's that one part where you're on the docks, like chasing a guy, at like kind of near the end, before the big twist happens.
Yep.
And so like if you fucking accidentally fall to the water, it like desynchronizes.
It was in number
Oh,
3 where oh yeah, Assassin's Creed 3 where like near the end where you're chasing the Templar down and in like a burning down buildings and stuff. And
Oh,
like,
the shipyard.
yeah,
the burning down shipyard.
Yeah, and when you fall down, you lose progress. You go back, right? Like,
Yeah.
and that was I didn't like that. I guess one last one to do with fire though is and this is from there's a couple of them that are like this fucking sucks, but this one is like you have to do it to progress the story. So it's carrying the flame to the forge, up to the forge, which is quite a ways away from where you're at, and you have to do like you can't get out your weapons, you can't. And if it just decides to start raining, well, you know, fuck you.
What game was this again? You like cut off earlier.
Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, where you carry the flame to the forge, right?
That wasn't too bad.
Okay, well I must have had like just bad luck then when I played it. Because
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You have to go up like a hill, right?
Yeah. Or
Like, yeah.
or any
No,
of
wasn't. That wasn't.
No. I thought it was. I had bad luck with it. I'm guessing. So, yeah, I think. And then there was one more with Breath of the Wild. It was. I didn't like the fucking. Was it Varudo?
Mm-hmm.
The
Flying
fucking
one? Right.
flying one. Yeah, where I don't know. It was kind of a cool mission, but like. Going back up every time after falling down to try to hit something with the bomb arrows it's not fun. Any of the target ones. I don't know if you remember, like where you're free falling in that like that wind tunnel and you're trying to get the targets with your arrows, where you're slowing down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty damn frustrating. Oh, and finding in the DLC, finding the fucking places that all look the same. The shrine areas or whatever, and you have to do like 8 shrines to unlock a certain part. It's to get the cycle, I think. Well,
that's a DLC,
yeah. But I just saying, like in terms of Breath of the Wild, I feel like that's one of the more frustrating parts because everything looks the goddamn same on the pictures they give you. So, yep.
Oh,
dude,
how can I not talk about this mission when I totally forgot about it? Halo Combat Evolved, right?
Oh.
Fucking
God.
assault on the control room.
Oh.
Well, which one are you talking about? Well, the library as well.
Library,
Yeah. The library was the one.
But I
was thinking
fucking
of.
hated assault on the control room just because of how fucking long that mission is, and like how samey all the corridors looked. But yeah, the library as well.
Yeah.
Anything to do with the flood.
Fucking the fucking just how fucking bullshit that is.
Can
I
I-
just basically have to run through them, and like how fucking limited health is. Like check and like. Oh my god! Don't get me started on checkpoints either, where they fucking if you die, you get like sent back way far back. Oh my god, this is like giving me fucking
and you have like
PTSD when we did Halo Explored.
And the problem with the problem with the checkpoints is you actually really have no idea how far back you're going because everything looks the fucking same.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Didn't
I
see
don't
this
know how
before?
much time I just fucking lost. Like, yeah, God.
Another Halo
Level design in
one
that game.
where I'm at it is Infinite, where you're going up to the final. I guess spoilers for Infinite. When you're going up to the final tower, right? Yeah, take it out because co-op's coming in. I don't know,
Like, I
Sam.
care about
Yeah,
it.
I honestly like beating Infinite on. I think it because I did it heroic or whatever the second to last one was. It was kind of frustrating in a lot of parts, but like eventually you start to overcome it, you get better. But like this difficulty spike where you're going down a long fucking road with tanks and tanks on mounted positions from the enemy, and you're just basically in a tank yourself, but everything's pelting you so fucking much in the tank.
Yeah.
And if you get out of the tank, you get run over, you get shot, and like two shot really quick. You get sniped. There's snipers, jackal snipers too, by the way, everywhere. Yeah, that mission. I felt like I lost like 20% of my hair just playing that mission, dude. Like,
The funny thing is, there's an achievement for getting the tank all the way to the end. I'm just like, how the fuck?
how did people do that? How do you get the tank on there? Like, that shit did not last. And so I had to improvise, and I would use my grappling hook to just zip to the next vehicle and boost out because I wasn't even going to try to fight those guys. That was where I had to eventually go because I wasn't going to try to brute force my way and be perfect with it. Especially on heroic. Maybe that mission is definitely less difficult on like, easy medium, which probably would have been fun and probably felt epic because you're just destroying everything. But it was an onslaught. And then I guess what's his name? The fucking guy with the brute hammer, the main brute guy. His boss fight.
I forgot his name, but
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
His boss fight. His whole thing was everyone's gonna remember me, but I don't remember your name, dude. So like good job.
Ironic.
Right. And like I don't know. Him and the one that went invisible. I know a lot of people didn't like the guy, the elite that went invisible. The one that hunts
Was he
you
really
down.
that hard? I just fucking cheese his ass.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I think I cheesed him.
You just
Right?
get the sonar out and then
Yeah.
you just fucking.
But a lot of people, that was the one they graded on. And the final boss, yeah, but like once you figure out like with the final boss again, the cheese, like where you just go under the ramps and stuff and have them funnel into you, it's not as hard.
Oh my god, was there? I remember in part of Halo Infinite, like those fucking flying enemies with like the fucking lightning
Oh god,
things.
Mhm.
Like those things were annoying.
You know what? All that being said, I am excited to get into co-op when it does come out, though. So
I'm excited for the game to get actual content.
Right? Yeah, I agree. Forge, hopefully, will give it a bit of life.
Like, I've been in the mood for some Halo, but I'm just like, but I'm gonna play Infinite.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Does
I
anyone
ju-
else
I
have
just-
any more they can think of?
I thought of one more. And this isn't like hard or anything at all. An Infamous Second Son, the end. So like throughout the whole game, you get, I think, 3 different sets of powers.
Talking about
You get like neon,
you get
you
neon
get
smoke.
and then you get like rock.
Mm-hmm.
Video.
And
Oh yeah, video.
Rock is
The
Huh?
last one you get, and you spend the least time with the rock one.
oh, so you do get 4. Okay.
yeah, Rock is literally the final boss's powers.
and-
Like by the time you finish, you're like,
yeah.
oh, well, what am I gonna do next?
And so
Yeah.
what I'm talking about in this game is that it's so annoying and frustrating that the entire last mission you're forced to use rock, which you just got,
Yep.
and it's the only one you can use, and it's also the like easily the worst like one to control because it's so clunky. Like, I mean, it's supposed to be clunky because you're like turning into a fucking like rock golem thing and you're moving around. Like, it's supposed to be clunky. But the entire like last mission and then the last boss fight, you have to play as rock, and it's just like, oh my god, what are we doing? Like all the 3 other powers are way more fun and like way more fluid to control, but you're forcing me to use the damn rocks.
It was bad.
Not the only problem with that game. Not the only
No.
problem with that game, but I just am constant. Every time I think of the ending, I'm just like, man, why do they force you to do that?
Speaking of like ending, kind of, I guess this one's more post game. The Valkyries in God of War 2018.
Nah, dude, you just gotta get good.
No, that's not it, dude. This is bullshit, especially the final one. Like, which I
The
did beat.
final was so hard.
I did beat. But like, fuck that,
So
man.
hard. That's the hardest thing I've ever done in a video game.
It was just at a certain point, you just have to be perfect. Like, you have to be perfect for that.
I
fight.
know.
Like,
And then there's also the trials. One of the trials in
Was it,
Muspelheim.
yeah.
You have to like kill like 100 enemies or something without getting hit.
That.
See,
Oh,
that's what I mean by arbitrary restriction.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that thing is so hard.
anytime
The Valkyrie's way harder, but anytime, yeah.
Like anything that
Like some of those trials are tough.
or what I was gonna, I think the one I forgot about, like open world racing missions.
God, yeah.
I'm not a fan of those. The races, even in Mario Odyssey, I hated. Like,
Oh no, those are fucking fun.
with the fucking turtle bitches, like turtle bros or whatever.
Remember
Like,
race-
Those are fun. You can make your
Oh.
own shortcuts.
okay, you can, but like, I didn't like them. I'm just not super into the whole. There's an artificial sense of pressure I put on myself with those ones, right? So I feel like that's more me than the game actually. But there are open world racing missions where like you have to drive through rings or you have to do some weird shit. Like I don't know. I'm just
Lego
not-
games.
Lego,
Lego
yeah,
races.
I was gonna say Lego games
The
have
driving
me.
driving through the fucking rings.
Oh my god, man. What was it? Crackdown. I was playing Crackdown 3, and they did a lot of those racing missions.
What about the horse races in The Witcher 3?
Okay, but I don't know. I kind of like those.
Those ones are good. Those ones
Yeah.
are fine. They're easy as
That's
hell.
about it. I think that might do it for our frustrating video game missions. I'm sure there are plenty more. You in the audience, if you're listening, let us know what your like most egregious missions or frustrating, or even ones that you were just like, that's kind of stupid. Twitter, X to Interact, all the socials. We have Instagram. We have TikTok, YouTube. We're on all of them. We're on all these Spotify podcasts. We have Apple, Google podcasts. So wherever you listen to stuff,
Amazon
wherever
Music
you do.
now too.
Yeah, Amazon as well. So we are everywhere. Be sure to, I don't know, look us up there. We do some fun stuff, and hopefully we'll be more active with our Twitter. But yeah, hit us up. We'll be happy to, I don't know, maybe I'll leave you a shout out if you guys comment on it and let us know. Also, if you join the stream, like Jesus is here, keep us accountable. If we get something wrong, let us know. And that'll do it for episode 63. I've been Steven with Sam and Eric. And everyone have a beautiful week.